Adam22 explains to DJ Vlad why Eminem doesn't make his top 10 list. They also break down how Drake needs a massive hit song to make people forget about the Kendrick Lamar beef. I agree with that. Let's hear what these guys had to say.
Nas, 50, Cameron. A big part of me wants to put Young Thug in there, just because he's been.
I fuck with this list already. Nigga said Nas, Cam, 50. That's my list is the same. Who would have thought me and this nigga Adam white ass would have had the same list? Cam, nigga, what? Killer, 50, Queens, Nas, Queens. Whoa. Am I agreeing with Adam22 right now? Holy cow.
Nas, 50, Cameron. A big part of me wants to put Young Thug in there, just because he's been so important to me as a rap fan. Put Chief Keef in there if we're going top 10.
Okay.
I'd be tempted to put Jadakiss in there.
Can't go wrong with Kiss.
I don't want to like miss. Oh, Gucci. If we're doing top 10, Gucci got to go in there. I don't want to miss any like eras in my life, but it's probably something like that. But it's definitely more people that I'm forgetting. But yeah, for sure, I'm not putting Eminem in there. No offense, love you, Em, but
I'd put Eminem in my top 10.
I stopped listening to him after.
These are white boys, so you know this is probably the clip. They discussed this probably before. Two white guys, both been accused of being culture vultures. M never got that title put on him, so this is more of a topic to hear what they had to say. So for them to be like, "Yo, I will never put M," you know, that's what Adam said. Vlad had something else to say, so let's listen.
I'd put Eminem in my top 10.
I stopped listening to him after like high school, like the Slim Shady show, White America.
Well, I was up on Eminem before Dr. Dre found him.
Yeah, I feel you.
So
I was in like 8th grade when his Aftermath debut dropped.
I purchased the Slim Shady EP, which he put out independently through Sandbox Automatic, which was a website where you could buy like underground vinyl and CDs or whatever else. And I just remember listening to it going like, this guy's brilliant. Like what he's doing, like there is a song about him killing his baby mother and getting rid of the body.
Right.
With his daughter in the car with him.
As creative as that is, niggas ain't relating to that, bro. Come on, bro. Ain't no nigga gonna hear that song and be like, yo, I relate. Come on, gang. As fire as it was, let's just be real, man.
The whole time. Like,
unless Vlad, unless you're trying to tell us something, nah.
And just the craziness around it. And it's like nobody else was doing that. Like nobody in hip hop was talking about this type of shit. But think about it. Like, I'm sure there's lots of men in hip hop already that had all types of crazy drama with their kids' mothers.
Yeah.
But no one rapped about it like that. You know?
Fair point. I like that point. And I'm going to be fair. I'm not trying to be against or pick a side in any of the stuff I talk about. That is a fair point. At that time, niggas wasn't on it like that. And I put niggas in bold.
Until Eminem did it. I just felt like, yeah, just skill level, he was just sort of better than everyone else.
It was like, I feel like that was also still very much a time where you needed a cosign. And obviously Dr. Dre is about the biggest cosign you can get at that time. And then he's unbelievably skilled as a lyricist, but then he's also got an incredibly strong narrative. He's doing great song, storytelling and like conceptually and everything. And then, he made a bunch of hit records too. But I guess that's part of my problem with him too, is like, hi, my name is, my least favorite hip hop song of all time. I hate that song. Every time I hear it, it pains me until the song is done. I hate it. And the fact that he used that as the debut single on his most recent project, I found deeply upsetting. That song is like nails on the chalkboard to me. And I don't know if anybody else agrees with me.
Well, I never really liked that song.
I hate it with all my heart.
No, I've never, but then again, once again, I was already listening. I heard some of that album because the Slim Shady LP took a bunch of songs that were already on the EP. Not all of them, but a few of them made it onto the final product. So I heard some of the songs before. So by the time that came out, I'm like, oh, okay, this is like kind of the warm-up single, but like I know that he has better shit. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, so you and I are both right.
Yeah, it's just preference.
Did he say right or white? Because the latter is definitely true. I don't know how right you guys are, but you are white.
Warm-up single, but like I know that he has better shit. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, so you and I are both right.
Yeah, it's just preference.
We're both right.
Yeah,
and I put it in my top 10. I think it'd be insincere if I didn't.
I guess Drake probably deserves a place in my top 10. Even though my problem with Drake has always been that I just don't.
You got a white guy on your list.
Well,
there you go.
Yeah, no, I don't. He's still a brother to me. He's half.
A brother is crazy.
It's good enough. But my whole thing is I don't like half Drake's music because it's just too soft for me. Like I could go for like a little bit of R&B sorta, but I need it to be like a little bit more up tempo. All that super slow shit just does not do it for me. So it's like my favorite Drake album is if you're reading this, it's too late or whatever. The one with the like handwritten shit.
That's actually my favorite Drake album.
That's my favorite album because when I listen to it, it's just like 10 songs in a row of just like self-empowerment, confidence boosting. Like I could actually be in like a very dark place, and that would probably be the album I would think of to like yank me out of that.
Okay,
it's all just like pure energy, confidence music in a way that I just like, and then I went and saw Drake live, and like he spends like the first 20 minutes just playing a ton of slow jams, and it's like my girl don't like that shit either, so it's like kind of a letdown for us, even though I know that's a lot of people's favorite Drake music, but I guess that's part of his brilliance is that he's got such a big audience because he can hit on so many different markets.
Well, the new album, what's the song? Hold on a second.
How do you like that album?
The fact that these two guys right here, let me get a picture of them both on the screen. These two niggas. The fact that they are two guys that are at the head of successful, very powerful hip-hop media platforms. I mean, just look at them. Just look. Look. And there's nothing wrong with it. But fucking look, bruh. Look. These niggas gets millions of views weekly. But we building our platform. We doing the same thing. We are trying to get to where they are. No disrespect, but just look.
Die trying because me and Party Next Door we DM sometimes. So I hit him up. I said, "Yo, this album's been on repeat. And Die Trying, that's my shit."
Die Trying is my shit too. Shout out to Vlad for that. Never would have thought I would have ever uttered the word shout out to Vlad. I might disagree with the platform that you run, but you made a successful one within the realm of hip hop. You are valid in terms of your come up. As much that we know publicly. I like that song too. Die Trying is one of my favorites on that album.
He responded. But that song I think is brilliant.
Okay.
That song, there's a couple songs on there. I think what he did is interesting because it's like, while you doing all this beef, whatever shit, I'm going to go back to my girl music.
Right.
And just do a total girl album. Because it's like, it's easy in a situation like this to get out of your character and suddenly make music to Kendrick instead of to your audience. And I think that's kind of what Ja Rule was doing when him and 50 were going at it. He suddenly felt like he had to make music to 50 as opposed to saying, my biggest hits is like always on time.
Good point. I like that point. We just talked about the other day, Ja Rule saying that he wishes he had the internet when he was going against 50. I guess he feels as if that would have benefited him more in terms of getting the eyes of people. Let's go back to see what he said.
Going at it, up to your character, and suddenly make music to Kendrick instead of to your audience. And I think that's kind of what Ja Rule was doing when him and 50 were going at it.
What a good point. What a good point from Vlad. From Vladimir. What is a good point? Like, I do think Drake got into that bag where he left his... Drake doesn't do good in battles. We've seen it. He did what he did against Meek, dropped the hit record. Anyone else that he's went against, it didn't really work out for him. Not saying that it took anything away from him, but the strategy just seemed like he wasn't in the best headspace to do what he did best. He did it with Meek. This is why it's kind of confusing for me, as well as probably some people. But when it came to Kendrick and Pusha, it seems like he was trying to be in their realm a lot more than him being in his own realm. You know what I mean? Make the hit record. But, you know, we talk about this so much because there's so many things that's involved with it, so who knows?
He suddenly felt like he had to make music to 50 as opposed to saying, my biggest hits is like always on time. I call it beef shit. Like, I didn't make any money doing the beef shit. Like, I'm a mega star because of these huge girl songs, pop songs, whatever. I'm doing shit with Jennifer Lopez and yeah.
Yep. Having a song with J-Lo is not a small thing. Nigga, Meek was hype. Meek rapped about having songs with J-Lo, so coincidentally, they also beefed.
Whatever. This 50 shit.
Still feels like on that project, they didn't really end up with like a bunch of hits off it though, right?
What do you mean?
The Drake album? I mean, I'm sure it's done well and everything, but I don't feel like any one song really like jumped out and became the forerunner. Which I feel like that's part of what he really needs is just like a massive song right now would just really help to speed up time and get us past all of the bullshit that he sort of dealt with this year.
I mean, Party Next Door has never really been a big, you know, as that really had big songs.
It took us the entire clip for them just to get to the part where they mentioned the headline, Drake just needs a massive hit to let people forget about the battle that took place just now. I agree. Give Me a Hug is a pretty big song. I don't know if Nokia is that big of a record. He does need a record that comes like a Not Like Us in terms of the success it had. Now, of course, you know, there's legal issues going between why it's so big. But it passes the ear test. It's a great record. I don't know if maybe the music industry makes records that are actually still good, even bigger. But Drake does need one of those. Let's finish this clip out, and I think we can get up out of here after this.
That ever got to the top of the charts like that. This is the first time it's ever happening. That's right. Drake. And Drake has done songs with him. So think about that. So I think it's like, I don't know, I almost feel like Drake did it because it's like, all right, well, I'm going to throw it out there. If it doesn't do huge numbers, I'm going to say, well, that's because it's me and Party Next Door. Not just it's me.
Right.
So it's almost like a warm-up just to see what the temperature is. And then when he drops his solo album, that's when we're going to see whether Drake has exceeded, you know, where we thought he was, or whether he's on a decline.
Right. Yeah, that will be interesting.
All right. I do think Drake is gearing up to drop his own solo album. He's going to obviously have hits on there. It's just curious to see how it releases. I mean, this last one with Party did get released. Do UMG. So